Why not West Virginia? It's a question that's been tossed around when talking about how to grow the state's population. While there are different ways to do that, Governor Jim Justice proposed a $5,000 incentive to any veteran who wants to move to the Mountain State. But is it enough to draw them here? 7 News anchor Katherine Guyon looked closer to see what exactly it would take to draw servicemen and women to the state.
And there are times when we've looked at it and we're like, this was a big mistake. I don't want people to think that about West Virginia.
Danielle Harmon is a 24-year veteran of the Air Force who moved from Colorado to West Virginia and says she lost a lot of veteran-friendly amenities in the process. Now she's advocating for the Mountain State to do more.
No one is going to move here if we don't have the infrastructure available to provide affordable and reliable broadband, roads that aren't going to ruin our vehicles, schools that are top-notch.
Her main concern is for women veterans, but she has other ideas she did share with officials about what makes a state veteran-friendly, like infrastructure, education credits, and even hiring preferences. Many of those concerns are echoed by lawmakers and other advocates.
The tax credit for employers hiring a veteran only applies to veterans of the war in Vietnam and the Korean War. So that's how long that program has been since it's been updated. So let's update that and make it, much more reflective of who's looking for jobs in today's economy.
State Senator Ryan Weld also cited licensing as an issue. For example, in some cases, if a person does a certain job in the military, why can't their skills transfer to civilian life without additional education?
Why should they move to West Virginia and then have to go through that whole licensing program just to continue to do the job they've been doing? How can we make that easier, an easier transition for them?
Weld said there is a package of bills and resolutions going through the legislature this year that will help with some of the issues facing veterans.
Veterans who have a 90% or greater rating from the VA for their service-connected disability, and they no longer would have to pay their property taxes here in the state.
Jeremy Harrison, the co-founder of the nonprofit Helping Heroes, says he would like the state to consider more tax breaks for veterans.
Income tax, as an example. There are states where veterans don't have to pay income tax, or if they have a certain disability percentage, they don't have to pay disability tax.
He also says a very common issue is access to veteran service officers who assist with benefits.
For example, in Ohio and Pennsylvania, they have veteran service officers within each county. In West Virginia, it's by region, so we have 2 individuals that have to cover the entire northern panhandle, which makes it difficult for everyone.
The state's eastern panhandle is close to Washington, D.C., and the northern panhandle has access to Pittsburgh, making the Mountain State an ideal location for veterans or even active duty military. But all parties agree while there's work to do, West Virginia is making progress. Reporting in Wheeling, I'm Katherine Guyon, working for you.
All right, Katherine, thank you. These are just a few of many ideas this group had to make the Mountain State better for veterans. We have more of their thoughts and a few bills going through the state legislature that veterans may want to keep an eye on at WTRF.com.
Don't go anywhere.